Bowls have existed for thousands of years. Very early bowls used to serve food or drink have been found in China, ancient Greece, and in certain North American cultures. Modern bowls can be made from a variety of materials, such as ceramic, plastic, metal, and wood. Wood bowls come in many shapes and sizes. Many different kinds of wood are used to make bowls, such as rubber wood and teak. Acacia is also a type of wood used to make bowls. Workers cut flat planks of acacia using a large circular saw. The acacia was cut a few days ago in nearby plantations. Planks are cut to thicknesses required for bowl production and pre-dried on pallets, spaced apart for better air circulation. Using a table saw, a worker cuts the wood planks, now kiln dried, into pieces long enough to make the bowl wall. Another worker uses a tilted table saw to cut the wood into shapes resembling a cone. Drying the wood eliminates water that might cause cracking later on. A worker trims the pieces, giving them the angle they need so the staves can be rounded later on. Another worker smooths the rough side of the staves with a spinning cutter. This also helps shape the wood pieces. Another employee lines up the staves on a table before applying glue. She spreads a wood bonding glue onto the sides of the staves. Once they're thoroughly covered with glue, she begins assembling the bowl by sticking the sides together. She assembles a few pieces at a time, handing them to another worker who arranges the bowl shape by leaning the staves against a centerpiece. They continue the process until all the staves are in place. Then they'll squeeze the staves tightly together. They stretch elastic bands around the outside of the eventual bowl. The elastics, held in place by a steel ring, squeeze the staves firmly against each other. With a hammer, she lightly taps the staves into place, making sure they are flush against each other. She turns the bowl over to make sure none of the staves around the top rim are sticking out too far. She then leaves the bowl to dry. About 5 hours later, they remove the elastics and again leave the bowl to harden for a full day. A template is attached to the eventual bowl in order to cut a circular opening for the bottom piece. The template serves as a guide during the cutting process. A worker moves the bowl around, allowing the cutter to create a perfectly sized hole for the bottom section of the bowl, which is made of the same kind of wood, in this case acacia. A worker applies glue to the edges of the bottom hole and to the outer edge of the round piece that goes in the bottom of the bowl. He inserts the bottom plate and uses a hammer to force it firmly into place. After another day of hardening, a worker places the bowl in a lathe. With a variety of knives, he begins shaving off the wood. He starts on the inside wall of the bowl. Then he shaves the outside of the bowl, gradually giving it shape. He then uses sandpaper to smooth the surface of the bowl. Another worker then uses a lathe to sand the surface of the bowl. He makes the surface as fine as possible. He must have a keen eye for detail in order to make the bowl surface perfect. A worker sprays a foodstuff varnish onto the surface of the bowl. Several layers are applied, with drying and polishing after each one. If required, a stain is also applied. They place a sticker identifying the manufacturer on the bottom of the bowl. A worker then packages the wood bowl. With the bowl secure, the only thing tossed about will be the ingredients you put in it.